If you leave $10,000 sitting in your standard checking account today, inflation guarantees you will lose exactly $3,200 of its buying power over the next 10 years. You aren't playing it safe by keeping your cash in the bank. You are literally guaranteeing a financial loss. Most of us were taught to work hard, save our pennies, and wait for retirement. But the wealthy know that saving alone is the fastest way to stay poor. Stay with me until the end, because the last point is the one that will actually change how you handle money forever. In the next few minutes, you are going to get the exact blueprint to bypass the exhausting 9-to-5 grind decades earlier than your parents did. You will discover the lazy math that multiplies your wealth in the background while you sleep, and finally, you will learn how to stop the invisible financial drains that are quietly stealing your future freedom. Let's get into it. In 2014, a Vermont gas station attendant named Ronald Reed passed away, leaving behind an astonishing $8 million fortune. He didn't inherit a dime, and he never earned a six-figure salary. He just bought everyday stocks and let time do the heavy lifting. This is the undeniable power of compound interest. It is not about how much money you make, but how much time your money has to grow. If you just rely on your salary, you will feel that heavy, constant frustration of running on a treadmill and never moving forward. But if you invest just $15 a day, the cost of a basic fast food lunch, starting at age 25 into an index fund returning 8%, you will have exactly $1,426,000 by age 65. You don't need a lottery ticket to escape the rat race. You just need a system. That was point one. But point two completely destroys the biggest lie Wall Street has ever told us about investing. Let's get into it. Most people think investing requires sitting in front of 6 computer monitors, stressing over red and green charts, and trying to time the next massive market crash. Financial advisors want you to believe it is complicated so you will pay their exorbitant 2% management fees. Before understanding this, most beginners bleed their accounts dry trying to buy the hottest stock on Reddit, losing sleep and money in the process. After understanding this, those same beginners simply automate a $500 monthly transfer into the SP 500 and go live their lives with zero stress. Historically, the stock market goes up about 74% of all years. If you just stay in the market instead of jumping in and out, you ride the wave of human progress. It brings an incredible sense of hope knowing your future wealth doesn't depend on your ability to predict the future. But point three is where most people completely lose their money, and it is something almost nobody talks about. Let's get into it. Have you ever felt completely paralyzed trying to choose which company is actually safe to invest your hard-earned cash in? That fear of making the wrong choice keeps millions of people sitting on the sidelines while the rich get richer. The secret to making millions without the anxiety is the index fund. Think of it like this. Instead of trying to guess which single apple in the grocery store might go bad, you just buy a tiny piece of the entire grocery store. When you buy an SP 500 index fund, you instantly own a tiny slice of the 500 largest, most profitable companies in America like Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft. If one company fails, it drops out of the index, and a new successful one takes its place. You literally cannot lose unless the entire global economy collapses. That was the concept. But point four is where we turn theory into actual, bankable cash. Let's get into it. Here is what separates people who build wealth from everyone else. They stop consuming information and actually pull the trigger. And in just 2 minutes, I'll show you the exact 3 steps that blew my mind when I realized how simple they were. Step 1. Open a free brokerage account with Vanguard, Fidelity, or Charles Schwab. Step 2. Link your checking account and set up a recurring, automatic transfer of $250 every 2 weeks the moment your paycheck hits. Step 3. Set that money to automatically buy an ETF like VOO or VTI. That is it. You have now automated your path to $1 million, and you never have to think about it again. The excitement of seeing those dividend payments hit your account for the first time is a feeling you will never forget. But if you mess up point 5, all those gains will vanish overnight. Let's get into it. Before you do anything else, you need to hear this. because it is the fastest way to destroy your financial life. Do not ever borrow money to trade options, crypto, or day trade penny stocks just because a 19-year-old on TikTok told you to. When you trade with leverage, a simple 10% dip in the market can trigger a margin call, legally forcing you to sell everything and leaving you thousands of dollars in debt. The sheer terror of logging into your account and seeing a negative $45,000 balance is something you must protect yourself from at all costs. True wealth is built quietly, consistently, and without explosive risks. Protect your principal, stay disciplined, and let the boring math make you rich. Now, we covered the core strategy. But there is one final, psychological hack you need to make this all work. Let's get into it. I was going to save this for a separate video, but since you have made it this far, here it is. The biggest secret to funding your investments isn't making a massive salary, it is the concept of paying yourself first. Most people pay their landlord, pay their credit card, pay the grocery store, and invest whatever pennies are left over at the end of the month. Millionaires do the exact opposite. They automatically route 20% of their income to their investment accounts the morning they get paid, and they force themselves to live on the remaining 80%. You will adapt to your new budget in less than 2 months, but your future self will thank you for the rest of your life. Let's quickly recap the blueprint to your financial freedom. First, timing the market will always beat trying to time the market. Second, buy the whole haystack using index funds instead of searching for the needle. Third, automate your investments so your wealth grows without your daily input. Your life will change the exact second you realize that money is just a tool to buy back your freedom, not just a way to buy more stuff. If this video gave you even one idea that could change your financial future, hit subscribe right now. I drop new money tips every week, the kind your school never taught you. And drop a comment below, tell me which point hit you the hardest. I read every single one.